Okay, hey, hi folks, how you doing? What I'm thinking about here is in regards to some of the messaging that I've been getting. If you don't know, I have started in the year of 2016, totally focused and concentrating on what I'm doing in voiceover. This is my studio that I have. We're surrounded by blankets, so it's nice, comfy, and cozy, and it's a very well treated space. But in 2016, I've started to focus completely on my voiceover career. I have many talents, have done many things over the years, but have always just loved doing voiceover and things dealing with radio. One of the questions that I've gotten because I've put out there that that I no longer participate on sites, on the pay to play sites like voices.com or voices123. And so people were asking me why. Why is this occurring? And I've seen some other voiceover artists opt to do the same thing. Subsequently, since I've done it, and you start researching things and you see, wow, this is kind of becoming a trend. Because I really think that there's some new things coming to voiceover, to the entire voiceover industry. It's much larger than doing TV or radio commercials and movie trailers, the coveted movie trailer, national ad campaigns and things like that. The bulk of voiceover work is really found in companies doing corporate narration, audiobooks. Actually, audiobooks is one of my biggest gigs that I get. I've done 3 audiobooks this year alone. I'm working on the 3rd right now. You've got corporate narration, you've got explainer videos, different things like that. There are these little, I hate to use the term little, but these little jobs that can turn into some substantial income for most people. But most people, when they think about doing voiceover, they do think about national commercials. They want to get on one of those, which is fine if that's what you want to do. But one of the things that I found out through doing a lot of research is that unfortunately, a lot of these people that you even hear on national ad campaigns, they're broke. They have no money because they wait around for their agents to get them jobs. They go months and years between getting these big gigs that do pay very well. They pay very well, but they're few and far in between, and they're harder jobs to get. And so when certain production houses get a hold to 1 or 2 or 3 or a dozen voiceover artists, they tend to go back to use them over and over again. And this is why the method that I've began using as a newer voice talent. I mean, I've been in the industry for over 10 years, but like I said, I decided to take 2016 and really focus in and grow my business and kind of take you on this journey with me. I did belong to voices.com. I submitted 93 auditions in about a 2-month time period. I got no work. And when, I had signed up for the free account and they called me, one of their reps called me to try and get me to do a paid account. And I said, I'd been a member of voices.com before. Don't know if it's really going to work. I was kind of a jerk to the guy, to be honest with you. I really was. So I actually called him back and I apologized the next day. I said, you know what? I was probably really a jerk to you yesterday. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to give this a shot. I'm going to sign up. I'm going to give it my all. If I don't get work, I'm going to discontinue the membership. It's just that simple. And that's what happened. I gave it my all. I submitted some, great auditions, doing what I do, but I got no work from it. And the reason being, through, again, research, doing these things, you find out that places like voices.com, they have, somewhere around 200,000 voice talent, voice actors on these sites. How do you really compete with that? And their business model is one that, obviously they get your membership fee, whatever level of membership you choose to join with. And they also get a cut of your work if you land a gig. But their job is not to get you work. That's not their job. Their job is their business model. And their recurring revenues for the membership fees, that's their model, along with taking a piece of the work that all these people that are getting membership fees from, if they happen to land a job, they get a piece of that pie as well. So I don't begrudge them their business model. It just isn't mine. It doesn't work for me. It didn't work for me. So I opted to leave the pay-to-play sites. And let me just say this for any new voice actor that's coming out there. That's a hard thing to do. It wasn't like it was just simply easy for me to discontinue my membership, but I did. because you kind of feel like, man, I need these folks. I need to really participate. If I just do more auditions, I'll get a job. Now, that may be the case. And there are, I'm sure, plenty of people that are on voices.com, Voices123, any of the pay to play sites that are actually getting work. I mean, there's got to be. There's got to be somebody out there making this money. So when I looked at my own personal experience, I just said, okay, there's got to be a better way to do these things. So what I started doing, I did join sites like Fiverr.com. I joined Upwork.com. I'm looking at it on my other monitor here now. I joined Freelancer.com. And I've gotten work from all of those sites almost immediately. And also ACX.com. If you are someone that can do long form narration, you can land some gigs on ACX. What ACX is, if you don't know, it's the place where you go, anybody goes, to get an audiobook created. It's connected with Audible.com and Amazon.com. ACX is, all mixed in there. I think Amazon owns Audible. So they set up ACX.com to hook up narrators with people that want to make their books into audiobooks. And that's actually where I got my very first professional gig this year, back in January, was through ACX, just submitting a few auditions. I did a few auditions, and the first job I got, I actually didn't even audition for. Someone found me on ACX, they heard my voice, they listened to some of the samples that I did, instantly they hired me. The same thing happened with the second job, the same thing happened with the third. I've auditioned maybe 10 times for different jobs on ACX, but the jobs that I got weren't jobs I auditioned for. That's kind of weird, isn't it? But anyway, they happened really, really quickly for me there. On Fiverr, the same thing. Now, let me just say this, because people kind of have this thing about Fiverr, especially your traditional voiceover artists. Why are you going to give away your work for $5? Why are you going to? Well, it's not like that. It's not like that at all. You can set some packages up so that, yeah, you might do, okay, I'll read 20 words for you for $5, something like that. And then you start adding things on. I've made close to $300 this year just on Fiverr alone, just by doing gigs there. I've made, on Upwork, I think is where I got, was it Upwork or Freelance? No, it was Upwork that I got my first documentary job, which paid me a couple $100 just to do a 48-minute documentary for the Arnold Classic. And I talked about this, I think, in one of my other videos. The new way that things are going with voiceover, I believe things are changing. I definitely believe things are changing. Now, you can be one of those guys or gals that is out here that's trying to get work through the pay-to-play sites because you think, well, I want to get the most money for my work. I don't want to get underpaid. And what is underpaid? What is underpaid? This is a new era that we live in, and I'm going to talk about that probably a lot. I've written blog posts on it. It's a new era for voiceover. It's a new way to start looking at things. And you can either be one of those people that sits on the sideline and says, you know what, I'm worth this amount of money, and this is the only thing I'm going to accept, and I'm not going to accept under that. And you can be one of those people that's sitting off, not making any money. Or you can be one of those people that actually digs in to this new economy, this new way of doing business online, and actually start generating some significant revenue. I have at least 3 to 4 times a week right now things coming into my inbox of people requesting me to do work on these different sites like Fiverr, like Upwork, like Freelancer. But the thing I think that is really key, one of the things that I'm really starting to do now is to develop an email list to really target in on production houses, people that produce book publishing houses, different corporations, explainer video companies, reaching out to them directly. Stop being afraid to reach out to people. Learn these things in regards to marketing, how to develop your email list so that you can start getting more customers and more clients. And the thing is, people say, well, I need to make, I'm a professional voice actor. I need to make, $150 per hour. Okay, that's not in this economy anymore. It's just not. There's some things out there, there are some places out there that you will still get that. I've gotten them. But this larger crop of work that is out there is much more bare bones, much more economical, and it's coming from a group of people and business owners that are just like you. They're freelancers. They're out here trying to get the job done. They don't have a lot of money, and it's apparent, but they're willing to pay for quality work. And you can find out exactly how to get those types of jobs. Well, I've gone 10 minutes into this video, so I hope this is enough. If you got any questions, please just put them in the comments section wherever you're listening to this at right now, and we'll talk about this some more, because there's a lot that's happening in the voiceover industry. And I think it's time that freelancers like myself, like you and myself and others, really start taking advantage of this new economy and start changing our mindsets about how we get work. You guys have a great day. See you next time.